Today I will show you your first pattern and a project that you can make with the basic stitches that you already know now. Today you will learn the moss stitch, which will make a lovely scarf. You can make other things with it, but I think that it makes a lovely texture for a scarf. To begin, you will make your foundation chain, the width of the scarf, not the long part, the length. It'll be the width, the shorter part of the scarf. I have decided on 20 chains as I will do a small scarf for my 2-year-old. Make sure that your chains are multiples of 2 as each part of this pattern is made up of 2 stitches. So that is the width that I have. It will also depend on the size of the hook and yarn that you are using. Each ball of yarn that you buy will have the recommended hook size. This one recommends a 6, and that is the one that I am using. The bigger the yarn and the bigger the hook, the fatter your stitches will be, and it will make your work a lot bigger. If you're interested in this yarn, it is a Woolcraft Pebble Chunky in 200 grams. I think I picked this up just at Nickel and Dime, a local shop, but you might be able to find it online. It's a very beautiful color. So to begin, you will do a single crochet in the 3rd chain from the hook. I can get this to focus. 1, 2, 3. So insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and pull through both. Single crochet. Now chain 1, skip a stitch, and into that next stitch do another single crochet. Chain 1, skip a stitch, and into the next stitch another single crochet, and you will continue this all the way along with a chain, a single, a chain, and a single, which will leave these little gaps. So I've just done a single, chain, single, chain, single. And I will meet you at the end when you have done that. I have now completed my row of single, chain, skipping a stitch with every chain. To begin the next round, you will chain 3. 1 for the edge and 1 for the top. Sorry, I meant to say 2, not 3. And now, if you can see where you've done not the single, but the chain space, right in there, you will do a single inside the chain space. And then a chain 1 over the top of the next single. And then in the next chain space, another single, a chain 1, and then skip over your single into the chain space, another single, chain 1, skip over that single crochet, and then into that chain space, another single, chain 1, skip over that single crochet, and then into the next chain space you're going to do a single, then another chain 1, then skip over, insert into the chain space below, chain 1, all the way until you reach the end. So now that you reach the end, it can be a little tricky to see where to put your final single crochet. So I have chained 1, which will go over the top of this single, and then right in the end you should be able to wiggle your hook just into the end. There. It's not perfect, but you'll get the hang of it. So single. Then to begin your next row, chain 2, turn your work, and then not on the single but in the chain space, another single, chain 1, skip over that single. You can kind of see it, it's got 2 lines worked into that chain space, and then that's just the chain, single, chain, skip, and then single. And that is the basic moss stitch. So you can just continue for as long as you want your work to be. Remember to chain 1 and then single crochet, not into the top of the single but into the chain space next to it, and at the beginning of every row chain 2, and don't forget to make sure that you don't miss this last stitch. So that's the single, and then in there somewhere is your chain space. You just insert your hook. That will do it. And then you will have a beautiful scarf for yourself, or they make nice gifts too.